May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest. Royal families touching final message to the Queen. As she is buried with Prince Philip alongside her parents and sister in private service after 4 billion watch her funeral ceremonies, the Queen has been laid to rest to finally be with her beloved husband Prince Philip on an historic day. Her coffin was taken to Windsor for burial after a solemn procession through London to Wellington Arch. Royals, world leaders, VIPs and hundreds of members of the public were at Westminster Abbey for funeral. The King, his siblings, children and other royals marched solemnly behind the coffin from Parliament. 2 million people flocked to London to say farewell to Britain's longest-serving monarch who died 11 days ago. The royal family have tonight paid a touching final tribute to the Queen after she was laid to rest with her beloved Prince Philip following a day of public ceremonies, watched by as many as 4 billion people worldwide. In a tribute titled, "In Loving Memory of Her Majesty the Queen," the family tonight shared a never-before-seen image of the late monarch hiking through heathlands. The touching post issued via the royal family's social media account also harked back to her son King Charles's first address to the nation, in which he quoted the Shakespeare's immortal play Hamlet, "May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest." It comes after a highly symbolic moment in which the Queen's crown, orb and scepter were removed from her coffin so she could descend into her grave. As a simple Christian soul, Her Majesty returned home to Windsor to be reunited for eternity with her husband, father, mother and sister in the royal crypt at St. George's Chapel, as her 70-year reign officially came to an end this evening. The royal family stood at the end of the short committal service as the Queen was slowly lowered, while the Dean of Windsor said, "Go forth upon thy journey from this world, O Christian soul." He also offered the commendation, a prayer in which the deceased is entrusted to God's mercy. Moments earlier the Dean had placed her crown and other crown jewels on the altar before the Lord Chamberlain snapped his staff of office, signifying the severing of the Queen from her public service in death. The Garter King of Arms then pronounced the styles and titles of the Queen as all power moved to her son, the King, before the coffin was lowered to the lament of a lone piper, and Britain and the world said a tender farewell to the late monarch following 70 years of service to the nation. Charles looked deeply moved as the Queen's oak coffin descended to the crypt on a day where he appeared tearful on a number of occasions as he said goodbye to his Mama, the 12th British monarch to be buried at Windsor. Her Majesty's long journey to her final resting place, and to be reunited with the Duke of Edinburgh, began in Balmoral on the day of her death 11 days ago and ended with her private interment next to her strength and stay, Philip. The King scattered earth on his mother's coffin at a private family service.